that will be literally commonplace by the year 2000 is this little thing. It's called a dream machine, a machine to record your dreams. And an early model is already on the market at £40,000, although there's shortly to be an Amstrad version retailing at £54.95. Still, with the aid of the more expensive prototype, we can now see a brief extract from the dream of this man, Mr. Ian Bryant of Middlesbrough.
Don't butter that telephone directory. Angela Rippon hasn't abdicated yet.
Sorry.
Hopeless.
Fourpence.
Ticket. Thank you. Dr. Stafford, what can we tell from Mr. Bryant's dream?
It's absolutely fascinating.
Yes.
And I think it tells us that he's completely mad.
In the year 3000, which we won't live to see, at least our children's children will be watching KYTV.
So, the future. Jason Donovan. Actually, can I ask you... No, never mind. So, when it comes to our everyday lives, what will be different in the year 2000?
Well, the date will be different.
You're watching KYTV.
Lose pounds without losing pounds with new Speed Slim cuisine. Tasty, succulent meals such as chili con carne, bangers and mash, and roast beef and Yorkshire pudding, but with the guarantee of instant weight loss. How do we do it?
Easy. All reconstructed meat contains elements of bowel tissue, anal scrapings, and intestine. Consult a doctor before eating this product.
Pint of your crappy lager.
Oh, God. Someone bring your penis?
Now, I believe machines are now able to help you perform operations that you thought might never be possible.
Yes. Now, this latest one helps in the relatively recent science of transplants and morphing. And with this, I've been able to transplant the liver of a monkey into a middle-aged woman, the heart of a baboon into a newborn baby, and the head of a pig onto someone who annoyed me very much when I first met him.
Thank you, Doctor. Now, over here is a machine which by the end of the century should be commonplace in offices, at home, and even in the high street. It's designed to bring psychotherapy to the masses, and we've wired it up to our monitor here. Now, you simply key in your PIN number, and you get 5 minutes of one-on-one consultation. Right, it says condition, I'll put something general, I'll put depression. OK, and the computer lists a series of causes of depression, so I'll press general. And the computer says... well, I'll press no, obviously. I'll press yes. OK, I think I'll press exit there. Right. Well, I think we've actually seen enough of that. Let's go over and join Anna.
I've had one or two more phone calls about my gourmet meal recipe. While you can use most types of oil in the salad dressing, I should perhaps have made an exception of Castrol GTX. Apologies to Mrs. Henderson of Frome, who spent all that time draining it out of her car and now can't even start it to take her to hospital. Let's catch up with the developments in Mr. Ian Bryant of Middlesbrough's dream.
Sorry, Ian, but I had to talk to you. You see, we feel you may be the only person who can help us.
Who's we?
I'm afraid I can't tell you. All I can say is that countless lives may depend on it. Shall we?
Yes, thank you.
At the moment, we know that the guards knock off at 6 o'clock every day.
Yes.
The night guards don't take over until 5 past. That means there's 5 minutes when the gates are unattended. We could get 20, maybe 30 men through completely unnoticed.
But what do you want me to do?
Better not stop here. We need you to act as a decoy. There's an escape committee meeting tomorrow night. Can you be there?
Yes, I suppose so.
Batman!
Well, I think perhaps we should leave Mr. Bryant there before he starts fantasising about Michaela Strachan again. Too late.
So, Jason Donovan. Time travel seems to be something that has fascinated generations of children and adults. What exactly is time?
Time future, time present, time past. I've said that now, so it's gone. It's in the past. But at the time, it was in the present. So when we look back at it, it will have been in the future perfect.
It will have been bollocks, I think.
Let me explain the basics of time as simply as possible. Now, when the big hand is on 12 and the little hand is on 1, that...
Yes, I was rather more thinking of time in relation to quantum mechanics, relativity, the space-time continuum.
Well, time and its concomitant internal quantity can be at variance with the space within which an action takes place, or the impact of the experience of that action relative to the time taken in its pursuit.
So, when the big hand is at the 12 and the little hand is at the 1, that's 1 o'clock, is it?
Yes.
Oh, that's very interesting, thank you.
Excuse me, madam, what technological developments do you expect to see by the year 2000?
Just get out of my f***ing life!
Excuse me, sir. What expectations do you have for the year 2000?
Yes, well, for me, I'm very much hoping for the language of the peoples.
You're hoping for an international language?
Yes, it's for the speaking very much of the peoples together coming is, but when it is, no one knows. But not never say no, I very much hoping.
You may have just invented one. Excuse me, I was wondering how you thought the world would change in the future.
Well, I'm not sure, in fact, that I care.
Right. Excuse me, sir. What changes do you expect to see in the year 2000?
Oh, no. It's you and it was... My wife set me up for this, isn't it? Where's the camera? Where is it? You f***ers! Oh, no. I've got no idea! You tied me up like a complete kip. You wait till they hear about it. You're brilliant.
Well, I've had another couple of disturbing calls about my gourmet meals. In answer to Mrs. Boxall of Kent, I'm afraid that I thought it was generally known that coq au vin was a dish involving chicken. And I'm afraid that I really can't be held responsible for what happened to your husband. Now, neurology is a science very much of the future, with huge advances already being made every day. Dr. Stafford.
Yes, scientists are already able to analyse people's memories, for example. Now, here, I think we're going to see a printout of Mike Flex's brain patterns.
So, what can we tell from Mike's brain printout?
Yes, what... Oh, Mike, now, you'll see the busiest parts show up in red, and what we see here is that your long-term memory is very well developed, but your short-term memory is not quite as active.
Oh, well, I have a quite clear memory of my childhood, that's true, yes. So, what can you tell about my short-term memory?
It's not quite as active. As your long-term memory.
Oh, right, yes, and that's not very good, then?
No, as I said before, your long-term memory is very developed.
Oh, right, yes, I remember now, yes. Because it was quite a long time ago you said that now, wasn't it? Good. Well, thank you very much for that, Doctor. Well, now, let's move on to the question of memory. Now, I believe you've done a printout of my brain showing the difference between the long-term and the short-term aspects.
Let's leave Mike there and take a break.
Doctor, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I believe you've done a printout of my brain.
Tonight's big film on KY Movie Channel ingeniously turns the idea of the Poseidon adventure upside down. It tells the story of a group of people trying to escape from a ship which has been stranded the right way up. Not up to the original. Starring Dan Cruz, Julia Robards, and Michael Pfeiffer. Next week at the same time, you can see Alf Pacino as the captain of the HMS Substandard in the sequel Not Up to the Original 2. KYTV, for movies you won't see anywhere else.